Every passing second, there are 270,000 ships in all the seas of the world. If you look at the live maritime tracker, there are so many ships traveling in the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean that it's like flies are sitting on honey. You will notice that these terrifying ships are roaming in any part of the sea without any obstacle. Whether it is southern Australia, South India, South Africa, or the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle, about which many stories are famous, but the reality is exactly the opposite. Millions of cargo ships pass through here annually, and there is still no such spot on the live maritime tracker that is free of these colorful marks. But apart from all this, if you look at this part of South America, these heavy ships do not dare to go here. A sea route where ships refuse to go at any cost. This is called the Drake Passage, and today we will know why it takes on the most dangerous form of the sea. Welcome again to Only History Channel. Viewers, this Drake Passage, which has taken thousands of lives for centuries, once again made its presence felt on November 28, 2022. When this cruise ship named Viking Polaris went to show the passengers the unbelievable views of Antarctica. This 660-foot-long cruise ship had just landed in the calm waters of the Drake Passage when it suddenly came in the grip of an extraordinary wave. By the way, these modern ships are made quite comfortable while keeping the safety of the passengers in mind. But this wave was higher than the Viking Polaris, and it shook the millions-of-ton ship like a paper boat. The windows of the ship broke, causing 4 passengers to be severely injured and 1 to lose his life. If we look at the data of the last 2 centuries, Drake Passage has killed 683 people, and there is no record of how many ships have sunk here before that. After all, what is so insistent in Drake Passage that it captures the ships coming here and makes it the most dangerous sea route in the world? Although it looks like a very narrow path, it is 900 kilometers from Cape Horn to Antarctica in South America, and this is called Drake Passage. The special thing about Drake Passage is that the 3 oceans of the world meet here: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and the South Sea. If we look at the depth of the sea, Drake Passage is 11,150 feet deep, while on its left and right, the sea is 15,700 feet deep. It is named after Francis Drake, who was a famous pirate in the year 1577. But surprisingly, Francis himself never crossed the Drake Passage. He was a pirate who had the support of the British Queen. He looted Spanish ships in the sea, which was Britain's enemy at that time. Because Francis Drake had the support of the British Queen, he used to loot any ship or city on the coast in the North Atlantic Ocean. Finally, he made so much space in the heart of the Queen that he was chosen for a special mission. Britain wanted to enter South America in the same way, because gold and silver reserves were found here in the mountains. Queen Elizabeth planned a mission in which the British Army was sent to South America with Francis Drake in 5 ships. A caravan of 200 people had to cross the Strait of Magellan in South America and reach Peru, where it was heard that there are a lot of gold reserves and the people there are very rich. In this mission, Francis Drake was leading the British officers, and they couldn't digest this, and they started conspiring against Drake during the journey. After reaching the coast of Argentina in South America, Francis Drake accused his fellow British officers of treason and hanged them, and leaving 2 ships there, he had the remaining 3 ships cross the Strait of Magellan and reach the west of South America. It took him 16 days to reach the Pacific Ocean through the narrow path of the Strait of Magellan from Argentina. But as soon as he left the open sea, he was caught in the grip of a terrible storm. Because of this storm, these 3 ships parted ways. One ship reached Britain through the Strait of Magellan, thinking that Francis Drake was dead. The other ship, thinking Drake Passage was the Strait of Magellan, went towards it, after which there was no news. However, after the storm stopped, Francis Drake felt that he was a little below the Strait of Magellan. He thought that he would go up along with the coast and enter the Strait of Magellan. But in fact, at that time, he was above the Strait of Magellan. So he kept moving north, but he didn't find any way. As he moved, he looted every small and large village and ship on the way and collected gold and silver. Finally, he ended his journey in San Francisco. Subscribe to the next part.